Good evening. This is Star Thinker Randy Pischel. Um, it is 4 a.m. in the morning. I'm working on 4 computers. I just finished a bunch of laptops. Um, yeah, it's been a wild week. Forest Fen appears to be over. A whole bunch of other hunts started. Uh, like I said, it's 4 a.m. Cut me your slack. So I thought I would do a just because there's so many other hunts starting, and I'm trying to like back off a little bit. I thought I would just do a Beacon Star centric post, and then if I do any posts after this, they'll be personal posts. A lot of people have started Forest Fen channels, and I know I started this as a personal channel. Um, this has become kind of the official channel for the Beacon Star, and well, I'll just call it the official channel of the Beacon Star. If I have anything to say publicly, I'll put it here. But I thought I would just lay out everything about the Beacon Star so there's no confusion and everything's in one place so far. So let's see, I got a whole list here. So I like to start out just because there's so many other hunts going on, and Forest Fen just finished. I wanted to start out laying out what I put down as ground rules, and my number one ground rule is that nothing is dangerous. If you are dangling over a cliff, if you are fording a river, if you are if you're playing in traffic, if you're doing anything dangerous, you haven't solved any of my clues correctly. I do not put anybody in danger. You can just, what I hid a token, and the token has instructions on it engraved. It is a metal token, and the when you find it, you'll know how to contact me to let me know you found it. I have checked on it. Last time I checked on it was nearly a year ago, and it was still there after probably 10 years. I can't remember when I hit it. It's been at least 5 or 6 years since I lived in Denver, and I hit it several years before then. So it's been there a long time. It's been there longer than the book. The book came out in 2017, I believe, and the token was hidden long before that. So anyway, no danger. Don't put yourself in danger. It's very easy to get to. No digging. No tearing anything down. Do not destroy monuments. Do not do anything of that sort. There are boots on the ground. I wanted my hunt to be boots on the ground. And you don't have to do anything other than walk around and look. Write things down. Maybe poke around a little bit, but no way do you even have to trample grass or anything. Almost all these are all my boots on the ground areas have at least a sidewalk going up to things. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check these off so I don't get mixed up. So I mentioned things are not dangerous. Do not put yourself in danger. No digging, no destroying, no moving anything. You don't have to move anything. Might be some leaves falling on it, but that's incidental. And it's a token that is hidden. The book will take you to within inches of the token, and there are several riddles in the book, or not riddles, but several codes in the book that have solves, and some of those will take you to within feet, some will take you to within hundreds of feet, some will take you within a mile or two, but if you solve them all, it'll take you to within inches. It'll just tell you right where it's at. So there's no, if you solve all the riddles, there's no looking around. I was just watching a video where someone said that, yeah, it takes you to a football size field area, then you got to search that area. That would drive me insane. No, this will take you to within inches. So yeah, you don't have to overexert yourself. If you solve all the clues at home, you can pretty much drive and go and just pick it up. What else? The prizes. Now, I said this before in other videos. I said this in my live chat. The gold coin is not with me. I don't have the gold coin on me. The gold coin is in the care of an old friend of mine, and we've had a falling out. If anyone happens to win this prize, before I get the coin back, I'll just buy another coin. The coin was a 2005 $20 Golden Eagle. I paid $1,800 for it in like 2015, 2016, somewhere in there. So yeah, and I've already like looked on eBay, and the price has gone up a little bit to get a 2005 equivalent. You know, the same one I had, $20 Gold Eagle. It's around $2,000 now. So that, and then just my savings, $5,000. And then I also said I would add $1 for every book sold. I just got on KDP. I knew it was under 300 books. It's around 240 books, and that's nothing to write home about. Like I said, my hunt is not a huge hunt or anything like that. But hey, if a lot of books sell, you know, that'll go up. Sell 1 million copies, you get $1 million. So tell all your friends. But yeah, I was saying around 300. That's because I did before I included the ebooks, but I discontinued the ebooks because there was just problem after problem after problem with the ebooks. You can solve everything with the ebooks if you've already got one, but there was one page, it just kept, no matter how I worked it, it would not come out, and I did post that page online for anyone that had the ebook. So there's that. And let's see, what else can I say about that? So yeah, so right now, so the 5,000 plus 2,000, that's 7,000 plus about, I'm going to say around 300, because I'll include some of the ebooks. And then once book sales go past 300, then it'll start going up again. So that's $7,300. $7,300 is the total right now. And like I said, I promised a gold coin as part of that, and if I can't get this one back, I'll get another one. At first there was coronavirus, and then it was they moved. I mean, there was just excuse after excuse after excuse. So I'm getting a little bit worried that they might not have it no more. But I'm sure they do. They're very trustworthy. So if I can't get it back, like I said, I'll buy another one. That's not in question. Let's see. So that's the prize. I did put that out in a puzzle, and that puzzle was quickly solved. And I love that puzzle. That was a puzzle I did when I was a little kid. It was called the Triangle Puzzle. It's online. It's in various places. But yeah, it was just a cool little triangle puzzle, and someone solved it really quickly. And I'm assuming they've either seen it before, or I'm not sure how they figured it out. But I thought that's a fun puzzle, and it's a cool puzzle to do because you can use any shape you want. You can use curves, you can use circles, triangles, and you can draw a picture of a house, you can draw a tree, and use certain leaves. There's number of ways you could do that. And that's part of what I love to do. Is I love to take a message and hide it in pure sight. But yeah, that was. I'm going to check off, that's the prizes. And and speaking of that, when I started this hunt, I didn't want people, and this has happened before, people impersonating me. In fact, I think, right now there's at least, 11, 15 people impersonating the finder of the Forrest Fenn chest. And but anyway, I didn't want people impersonating me, so I did reserve certain popular web pages. I reserved the Beacon Star. These are my official channel. If I ever have to announce anything publicly, I will announce them on the Beacon Star on Facebook. There's a group, and there's also a page, and when I set this up, I'm not really clear on the a group everyone can post in. If you remember the group, you can have discussions, you can ask questions, anything like that. Join the group. I'm going to add to that in a minute here, but And then there's also a page. I just reserved them both so that no one else would like take the name and then maybe, like I said, impersonate me or do something like that. There's also the Beacon Star Twitter. Anything that I post on the Beacon Star on Facebook that's really important, I'll also tweet it and say, hey, go look at this announcement. I was doing that with every video, but then like it got so tiresome. I'm like, Dad, just go to the channel. And then Reddit group r/the Beacon Star again. And so if I have announcements, I'll tweet it on the Beacon Star. I will put it in the Beacon Star on Reddit, and I will post it to the Facebook group. Those are my official outlets. There are a couple of other places. I call them like unofficial. I do have the Crypt. Oh, what is it? I have Saint, because StarThinker wasn't available for some reason, so I did my alternate personality is Saint Art Hinker, and he's a saint. His name is Art, last name Hinker. So I do have the Saint Art Hinker Twitter, and I have like what is it? Crypto. I can't remember what it is now. Crypto. Quickly. I guess it's just called Crypto Tweets. I have had people who deal in cryptocurrency. They've emailed me and were like, "Hey, we want that Twitter," but they never offered me money or anything for it. So, but I did that a long time ago when I was doing some other secret things, like if you haven't seen Solomon Vanyich and other secret things I've done in the past. I was kind of using Crypto Tweets as a way to cryptically put things out there. But if I tweet something on the Beacon Star Twitter, I'll tweet it on the Crypto Tweets Twitter. And usually if I post something in the Beacon Star Facebook page, I'll post it in the Crypto Tweets Facebook page. So anyway, those are the three main areas. Those are my three official, and I have a couple unofficial. There are areas, you'll notice I don't publish an email address or anything. I am very strict or very stubborn about this. I don't want, because this happened in the FenCon quite a bit, I don't want the impression that I'm giving out any favoritism. So I do not discuss anything privately. If you try to friend me on Facebook with my personal page, my Randy Pitchell page, chances are if I don't know you and I don't know if we don't have friends in common or something, I will not accept that. I will not respond to any private emails sent to me, so I'm not publishing any email address. If you send me a private email, chances are it'll be ignored. If you have a question, post it on the Facebook page, or I don't know if I would ever see someone tweeting at me, so I would post it on the Facebook page. That way I'll see it. And I'll respond to it publicly if it needs responding to, or if I feel like it needs to be responded to. And in the beginning, it was kind of rocky, and that's kind of how I did it. But no, I'm trying like heck to do that. I know like people like Mysterious Writings, they sent me the 6 questions, but it was really like each question had 6 questions in it, so it was really like 20 questions. But so I did something like that, but I didn't give anything out. I mean, that's considered a public outlet. Anyone can go to Mysterious Writings. But something like Hint of Riches, there's a forum there, but there's also a private forum that you have to specifically request. So I am not a member of that private forum, and that's the kind of thing I will avoid. If it's private, if not everyone can see it and it's public, I will not do it. And I know Kyle Lazar's has... I think it's Thursday nights. He has a Beacon Star Zoom meeting, and that's not public. I will never take part in anything like that. So no, I mean, like I said, Mysterious Writings interviewed me once as kind of the author, and I said that was okay. But no, I will never do anything private. So if you private message me on Facebook, if I think it's a worthy question, I will post the question publicly So if you don't want your question posted publicly, don't send it to me. But I won't do it. I won't answer private questions. I don't want the appearance of how do you say it, like favoritism or giving out any information. So if there are a few people that I do send me messages, but it's messages like, hey, we're having a public forum, would you participate? Or hey, can you go to this forum? And but still I will not answer anything privately in an email. So if you have written me and I haven't answered you, that's probably why. That's why I don't publish my email or anything like that. So if you figured out what my private email is and sent me an email, it probably went right into the spam folder. I'm very particular about that. So, but yeah, and I've gotten tons of friend requests. I'm like, I don't know who this person is. I saw that they joined the group or something. I'm like, okay, they must be a treasure hunter. On my private page, I'm very private on my private page. If you want to see, most of my stuff I post there is public anyway, but it's mostly to my friends and family. That's what I use Facebook for, is friends and family. So if you're just a hunter and that's not a friend or family, so I probably won't accept that. But yeah, I don't want my public life out there, or my private life out there. I like to keep it to the book, and if you have a question, ask me in public. I do the Valentine Goose channel. That's the channel this will be posted on. This is not particularly, like I've been saying before, it's not a Forrest Fenn channel. It's not really a Beacon Star channel. It's like just my channel. I've talked about paranormal events, that I probably will again. There's a lot of it. That's what I do when I sit here at night. I watch paranormal videos and documentaries and YouTube videos, and I look for like the most haunted places that are nearby me, and it's just what I do. And I'm also writing codes when I can. I was just sending an email, and I was like, if I just change these words a little bit, I can put a word down the side. Little things like that. And yeah, I don't I just don't have this channel reserved specifically for the Beacon Star. Other things I've talked about on here, when I took my trip, I post a lot of stuff about my trip, some of my hobbies and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're subscribed to this channel, expect some what's the word I'm looking for? Expect some fluff with it. I try to name them so that you know if you want to watch it or not. If I name it, hey, this is me talking about that time I saw a UFO, that's not a Beacon Star related video. So let's see, I'm going to check off no private emails. Where's my pen? And my official outlets. Yeah, like I said, the Twitter, if you're going to tweet at me, I don't really go on Twitter that much. You'll see, I think when I checked it tonight, because I was making sure I had everything right, I think there was like 20 tweets on there. So that was over the course of 3 years. So it's just done a lot on there. And on the Reddit channel, apparently I'm the only one that's ever posted there. So there's not a lot of discussion going on there, but you're free to join and discuss what you want. Also the Facebook page. Mysterious Writings, they did. A lot of people are doing things independently, and Mysterious Writings has what I see is the largest forum discussing this. I don't know about the private forum on Hint of Riches. And then 12 is pretty much shut down. So I haven't really seen it anywhere else. If you do see someone talking about it, let me know. Hints that I've given out a couple hints. And the biggest hint I've given out is that when I made the book, to make the book that have pictures in it, the pictures had to be on opposite pages, and I just didn't have enough. So one of my older hunts that I never saw to fruition had this odd picture in it. I thought, you know what, all the pictures in here are odd anyway, so I'm going to add this odd picture in. So one plate, you know, it's one of the pictures is a code from a different book. I guess it is a red herring. It's a code that's, if you solve it, I don't even remember what it said, but it was just a picture that I used from another book. But it's one, I think it sticks out like a sore thumb. So if you can't figure out which one it is, it's the one that's different than all the other ones. And that's the only clue I've really officially given out. If you watched my videos here on, especially that 3-hour video I did when I was drinking rum heavily that night, and I went live, and I was just kind of testing my camera and stuff, and like 20 people joined the chat, and so we just chatted, and people started asking me questions, and I didn't really say anything that I haven't already said. Anyway, yeah, go back and watch old videos. What else? I think the only other hints I've given out is that yes, I am a logical thinker. I do not believe in guessing. I believe things should follow rules. I think everything else I said, if you want to go to Mysterious Writings and check out the interview. I do check out the forums. I registered my name in a lot of the forums and stuff just so no one would take it and try to impersonate me. I don't know why that's an issue with me. When I was in Alchemist Dar, I've seen that a lot where someone would register the name of somebody else, start posting, and people would be like, why is that person posting these things, and not realizing it was somebody else posting those things. And there's a whole Volkswagen forum thing that I belonged to once. That's a whole different ballgame. But yeah, people started to impersonate me there, and it wasn't very fun. So I tried to go through, and so if you see Star Thinker posting, that's me. That's what I always register as, a Star Thinker. I think I've only registered Star Thinker on the Hint of Riches and Mysterious Writings, and of course 12. So I don't recall. I don't think I registered Star Thinker on Reddit, so that might still be out there. I think that was like because it was already taken. And of course I used to do all the emails like Gmail, Hotmail, AOL. I went through, and like I remember one day I just went through and I registered Star Thinker on as many as I could. There was one place, where was it? It might have been AOL. Someone had Star Thinker, and it was some guy in Japan who never posted anything, and I just kept waiting for it to expire, and finally I gave up on it. But anyway, that's kind of the ground rules. Just remember, be safe. If for some reason you're not safe, then you're not fine. If you're doing something that's destructive, if you're, anything like that, I didn't put anything like inside a statue that you got to break open, or under a statue that you got to move, or under a rock that you got to move, or under dirt you got to dig. No, it's just sitting right there. You can reach out and pluck it. People are like, well, how did you put that there and have it be there for all these years? And it's because I just found the perfect spot. So yeah, and this is a Denver centric hunt. I don't think that's a secret anymore. There are several landmarks in Denver and several places to visit in Denver and several parks to visit, and it's all very fun. I think it's fun. Last summer when I created this channel, that was kind of what I did it for. I wanted to walk through my book and make sure everything was still there, and I did. I walked through everything. It was quite fun. I love doing it, and it was kind of a nostalgic thing because I visited probably, I don't want to say hundreds of sites, but just dozens and dozens of sites, thinking, well, because there were some sites I went to, I'm like, I can't see this being here in 100 years. I can't see this place surviving, and this place might get run over by a truck, or this place could be underwater, and if it floods. And so I did really vet all my places. So hopefully everything will be there, at least for my lifetime and my kids' lifetime, I can imagine. Anything else? So if you have any questions, like I said, this is kind of my official Beacon Star. Even though it's my personal channel, it'll be my channel where I post Beacon Star stuff. If you have questions, go to the Facebook group, post them publicly, or ask down below. I might do another video if I get enough questions where I just answer questions. But yeah, don't expect my next videos to be about anything really, because sometimes I just want to talk. I live alone. I work alone. Look at this. I work in this big building all alone. I am in a 3-story building that normally houses about 300 to 400 people, and I'm the only one in here. And yeah, I don't have much social interaction. One of the reasons I started doing, I have another channel where I review movies, and I started doing that because I would watch a movie and I'm like, oh man, it'd really be cool to talk about that movie to someone. And so I just started, I call it the gut reaction video review, where I watch the movie and I'll do my review like within minutes of watching the movie. And it's just my gut reaction. So I don't think about it. I don't think about, oh, what was that deep plot point? It's just whatever hits you right after the movie. So, I mean, I just think that's a unique take on it. I don't do any research. I don't even, sometimes I can't remember the actors' names. And there's one, it's funny because there's this one movie that was an independent movie, and it was very small. And somehow my review for this movie got featured on YouTube. So all my reviews have like 20 views, 30 views, 40 views, 30, 20. And then I got this one that has like 20,000 views. It's just hilarious because I have no subscribers or anything on that channel. But I got this one video that's got all these reviews because it was on like YouTube's homepage for a couple days. And now Netflix is featuring that indie movie. And now I'm seeing comments pop in again from people who have watched it, because now it's being featured on Netflix, so they went to look for a review for it, and there's my review. And it because it had that 20,000 views, it when you search that movie, my review comes up pretty high in the listings, and it's just hilarious. The only reason I do that is to talk about the movie after I've seen the movie. And like I said, I don't make these channels for viewers. I don't monetize or anything like that. So it's just, this whole thing is just a labor of love for me. It's just a way to communicate and be a little bit social. Valentine Goose, the video review channel, I have like 3 or 4 other channels. I have one that's just for my family and friends. I have one that's full of codes, and I won't even tell you what that one is because if you can't find it, I think Kyle Lazar has been there, but it's funny because I can't even go into it. People like look at the first video and give up on it because it doesn't work the way they think it does. But if you watch the second, third, and fourth video, it tells you what to do to the first video to make it legible. And they just watch the first video and give up on it. Anyway, that's another thing I've done, and that was just for fun. Let's see. I've covered all the points I wanted to cover. So I do have some official channels that I release information on. Oh, clues. People keep asking me, well, when are you going to give out clues? I don't want to give out clues. I really don't. I do have, it's kind of in my head. It's not written down anywhere, but there are milestones. So if certain milestones are met, I'll consider giving clues out at those points, but no one's come close to the milestones. So again, I'm not like, I don't know. I don't think Forrest Fenn kept giving out clues, but people read so much into everything he said, and everything became a clue and a hint, and there's something. I don't want to be like that. So what you have is what you have, and I think the only clue I've ever dropped was the one where it told what the prizes were. And then I did tell you about the one page in the book that has nothing to do with the book. So those are pretty much the only clues I've gotten so far, or the only hints I've given out so far. And I don't really plan on giving out anymore. Like I said, unless certain milestones are met. I'll tell you what, I'll give out one. I'll tell you right now, I'll give out one. That's a good number. I need to pick a number. How about 1,000? I'll give out a clue if I sell 1,000 books, or 2,000, or 5. What's a good number? It's really disheartening because, like, the hunts I've modeled my hunt on sold millions of copies, and I think Forrest Fenn, who knows, I'm sure he sold hundreds of thousands, and I've sold 242. It's hilarious. Yeah, I'll say 1,000. Let's see, what hint can I give out though that it wouldn't give anything away? I think there's a hint I could give out at 1,000. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about this. Don't quote me on this, or don't put that in stone or anything. But I'll have to think, because the whole thing is, if I give out a hint, it could give the whole thing away, and I got to be really careful about hints. So trying to think. I'll have to think of a hint that I could actually give out, and then I'll think of a number of books, and then I'll post that in my three. The Facebook page, the Twitter, and the Reddit page, and then my unofficial outlets, Crypto Tweets, Saint Art Tinker. I think I have a few other. I have 5 Twitter accounts, and usually when I post one, like anything official, I just go through and I post it to all 5. Just because nobody follows any of them. It's just a way of keeping them up to date and stuff. I'll have to think about that, because that's a hard thing to do, is to give out a hint, and you don't want to give out a hint that gives anything, that solves too big of a clue or anything. But I'll think about that. I also wanted to do pins. I collect pins, and I think I've showed some of my pin collection in other videos. So I thought about making, because I started talking about pins and I joined some pin groups, I'm getting a lot of advertisements for companies that make pins, and they're very intriguing, and there's low counts. I don't have to order 100. I can order just 10 or 15. So I thought about making some pins. So I'd watch for that. I'm not sure what the pins would show. I thought